Joseph Skoda. Hey, like my shirt? Has a nice little pattern. Actually, it's flowers on it, but I have something similar with a dragon on it. Now, I don't wear these shirts as often as I should because I actually like it. And it kind of gives a statement like, I'm classy. Maybe I'm a good designer, preferably don't mess with me, or just the opposite, come be surrounded with me. It's so important that we discover who we are. And that's not always easy. I don't always know who I are, who I am. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is we should have a mission statement about ourselves. And often it starts with the way we dress, but it's mostly our attitude and what we're thinking up here. And very, very successful people all have mission statements. We don't have to talk about that a lot. In fact, Warren Buffett, that billionaire investor, number 2 or 3 or 4 richest person in the world, he mentions, and this is one of his mission statements, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. They say no to almost everything. And you know why that's important that I just told that to you and why he said that? Because he can focus on his mission for his life. He can focus on his desires for his family. And more importantly, if you're trying to get his time or try to get to know him a little bit, you should know straight up front what to expect or what he's looking for. More often than not, we just accept everyone into our lives and we kind of sort them out later. That's okay, but it can be very time consuming. If we could just say, for instance, I'm a founder of GI Connections. GI Connections, government, what do you call it? I already forgot, but GI Joe is what I go by a lot. But so GI Connections, where I connect veterans to resources. And that is my mission statement for this particular company. Now, obviously, I'm involved in social media shows. I'm involved with the Disabled American Veterans. I'm involved with the American Legion and so many other organizations out there, not just veterans organizations, but let's just think Toastmasters, one of the best organizations of all time. Now, I have a separate mission statement or vision statement for each one of those organizations. So how would someone know if they can approach me for something? How would someone know that I'm even work with veterans if I'm talking Toastmasters all the time? You understand, that's something you and I have to figure out for ourselves. How do we want people to know us? What people do we want to allow into our lives? What mission or vision do we want to share with others? It's not always easy. We should all have a personal mission statement, the simplified, the complicated, to inspire success through teaching. How about to create the best version of tomorrow? Or better yet, to create the best version of myself, to be kind to others, improve lives through better health care. So a personal mission statement's usually just 1 to 2 sentences, doesn't have to be long. It shows how you define yourself as a person or even a team member. It doesn't always have to be about you, but how you can relate to your team, whether it's at work or your business or in the community. But it identifies your personal or professional purpose and presents why it's so important to you. You understand, it's almost like an elevator pitch. We've all heard the elevator pitch. Yes, I work for ABC Company. We have the best product in the world. And if you haven't tried it before, you need to now before it's too late. Whatever it is, you can fill in the blanks. And I became a Toastmaster because I had a horrible elevator pitch. Horrible elevator pitch. I was in a business networking coffee group many, many years ago. Actually, it was in a bakery. They had some good donuts. Let me tell you that right now. And every one of us, there's probably a dozen, maybe 15 of us that all, I think we had 30 seconds, it might have been 60 seconds to tell everyone who we were and what we're representing and our vision. And then someone would have 10 minutes to actually talk and describe their product and service and ask for help. For that 30 or 60 seconds, it probably was only 30 seconds because it was a short time, I could not communicate effectively what I stood for, what I was looking for, who I was. Great, I'm a retired Air Force veteran. Awesome, and that does go a far way if I'm in a veteran world and I'm looking for veteran support. But going across, say I'm a retired Air Force veteran, and then later on I'm trying to sell travel or energy pills or whatever it was, didn't quite tie together. So sometimes we have to find that little connector. Many experts think it can turn someone from a rudderless ship into a goal-focused success because mission statements save time by cutting out the unneeded task. But once again, that's almost like Toastmasters. Get rid of the unneeded words, the ums, does. It's not very professional. So we should all work on what's our personal mission statement. Because successful people have the same number of hours. We all have 24 hours in a day, number one strength. So don't let their time get sucked away by non-personal goal pursuits. I belong to an organization, called My Lead System Pro. And I've been with them good 10 years, pretty much from their inception. And one of the things they focus on over and over again is spend at least the good part of your day or early part of your day in money-making activities. How many of us just get on Facebook or emails right away and start chatting back and forth, liking and sharing, and not really focusing on what's important? Now, for me, one of the first things I do every morning, and I don't really recommend this, but I'll get onto my Facebook account and wish everyone a happy birthday on my friends list. Or you get the pop-up every day who's having a birthday. I find that real important. It really frustrates me when the end of the day is happening and then someone wishes me a happy birthday. I want to know the first thing in the morning. Well, I want to wake up, I want to have 20 happy birthday statements, and at least early in the day. I don't want it later on, I want it early. So that's personal for me. And we have to learn how to let people know what that means. How about Walt Disney? His personal mission statement was to make people happy. Really simple, to make people happy. Hey, Disney, yes, make people happy. Now, what about Campbell's Soup, for instance? To serve as a leader, live a balanced life and apply ethical principles to make a significant difference. Real simple, right to the point. To serve as a leader, live a balanced life and apply ethical principles to make a significant difference. That's by Denise Morrison, who's the former CEO of Campbell's Soup Company. Now, Richard Branson, we all know Richard Branson. In fact, I think it was just today or yesterday, he made it into space. I believe one of the first civilians, of course, he owned the company, went out into space, is not a NASA astronaut per se. And it's great. Now Jeff Bezos is supposed to do it next week or the week after and try to get out there also. Now that's important, but Richard Branson, I like him. And seems like everyone super rich is not necessarily cynical, but out there. They just think differently than you and I. But here is his mission statement, his personal mission statement, is to have fun in my journey through life and learn from my mistakes. Real simple. Have fun in my journey and live, right? To have fun in my journey through life and learn from my mistakes. That's simple, to the point. And it kind of leaves him wide open to accept anyone willing to maybe challenge him, but add more fun to his life, more entertainment. Now, he's not a dumb guy by any means. He does take calculated risk, but he's willing to try new things. And we know about Maya Angelou, not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some humor, and some style. Anyways, not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some humor, and some style. real important we understand those kind of things, what other people's mission statements are, but more importantly, what are ours and what do we want people to know us by? Right, we have Amy Ziara, to live life with integrity and empathy and be a positive force in the lives of others. You understand, everyone's mission statements is kind of inviting people in. It's kind of inviting people in. Just like earlier, I said, we don't want to invite necessarily everyone in. I mean, we want to let them know we're open, but don't waste our time. Here's what I stand for. Here's what I expect from you. Here's where I'm going. Do you want to be part of that journey or not? Now, the Army used to have an adage a couple years ago. It's more like mottos, to be all that you can be. Now, the Army went to Army of One, I don't know, a decade or so ago. I don't understand it, but basically it meant we're one team. We're going to do it together. It's not too much individualism. We're going to do it as one, which is a little contrast from being all that you can be. I like be all that you can be because if I'm going to be the best soldier, airman, sailor, Marine, whatever it is, then I'm going to be more of an asset to the team I'm involved in. I'm going to be able to share a little bit more because I'm going to know a little bit more because I'm going to have a little more experience. But the problem we have that is to be all that we can be. And we see that in athletes all the time, in sports teams. They'll be the best basketball players. Sometimes they're trying to get all the scores and points and break records. But they don't even care if the team wins or loses. They have their own personal goal to break certain records and make a certain amount of income. So I can understand why Be All You Can Be can transition to an army of one, because the whole is important, not necessarily the individual. So what are you and I doing to make that whole even stronger? What are you and I doing as individuals to make a cohesive group? So it's important that that group, that organization, that business has their own goal and mission statement, but you and I need to have ours also. And make sure it ties in to that group. We don't know what that group's going to be like, but make sure whatever we're doing is important. You know, we can do real simple, improve lives. The concept of improving lives runs through the center of everything I do. Don't you want to improve someone's life? And what I've learned through the years of counseling and mentoring others is the more I'm able to help someone find their purpose and their goals and in fact improve their life in one way or another, mine tends to get better. Because even though I have my personal goal, my personal vision, connecting resources with veterans and so many others I have out there, sometimes we have to modify or adjust or sit back and think, is this the shirt I want to wear? Is this the brand? Is this the mission, the vision I want to put out there right now? Yeah, sometimes it is. It's the statement I want to share. But sometimes we have to change. For instance, if I was wearing a shirt with elephants and big tusks sticking out or something, it happens to be Save the Elephant Week, or people are profiting from this or exploiting elephants, or happen to be in the meeting where this is the focus not to put on their shirts, whatever that may be, have to be a little conscious up here about my surroundings, the people I'm going to communicate with through the day. But we don't need to necessarily change who we are. We just have to be a little empathetic from time to time. And maybe go back to wearing the flowered shirt instead of the elephant shirt or snake shirt or dragon shirt, whatever that may be. You understand, we could still keep our individualism. We could still keep our core, what we believe in inside, without superimposing on other people. And that's why it's so important to have a mission statement and let people know what it is. And therefore, they know if they even want to waste time communicating with us or not. Now, we all heard of Muhammad Gandhi, right? And one of his statements is, I shall not fear anyone on earth. I shall fear only God. I shall not bear ill will toward anyone. I shall not submit to injustice from anyone. I shall conquer untruth by truth. And in resisting untruth, I shall put up with all suffering. Gandhi was a powerful person in this world, not necessarily monetarily, not necessarily big and strong, but up here. He knew what he would possibly have to suffer. He knew he would be challenged probably through his whole life. He knew different things. He wanted peace within himself. But if you understand, I shall not submit to injustice from anyone. And I will, I shall conquer untruth with truth. Too many of us are, hey, I'm gonna tell like it is, too many of us are sheep. And we're just following the person in front of us, or follow what TV says we have to do, or follow what the government demands we should be thinking and doing. You and I are smarter than that. And we need to remind ourselves we're smarter than that. It's so important to always search the truth. And we should have the truth part of our core values, part of our mission statement, part of our brand. Wouldn't you want people to know you're always talk and speak and act with integrity? Don't you want people to know that you always tell things or share things that you know to be true? Don't you want everyone to come to you because they'll know they'll be treated fairly? Yeah, these are different truths and mission statements and brands and all these personal things that we're doing. And we need to continue to do so because we need each other. We need to do our best all the time. We need to give our best to our boss. We may not like our job, but we need to give our best to our boss. He pays us a decent wage, or she. You who may not think it's decent enough, I got you. None of us make enough. I understand. But understand they have bills and other things that have to be paid for too. And everyone should be paid fairly. We know we live in an unfair world. So I encourage you to continuously work on your self-worth, and then you can earn or demand more money in the future if you have more to give back to your job, to the marketplace, to your family. You and I deserve the best that life has to give us, but life, our communities and families deserve the best that we can give them also. While we're working on our own personal brand, while we're working on our own personal mission statement, the 1 to 2 statements, really think deep inside. How do you want to be remembered? It could be your epitaph on your headstone one day. Who knows? So make sure it counts and it's not stupid. I just want to rock this world like nobody's business. Okay, maybe, but how's that bringing people to you? And how's that giving a purpose that's better for the common good? Well, think about it a little bit. So think about your own mission statement, how it helps your job, how it helps you integrate a little better with your job and family and community, or is your mission statement pushing people away? I'm kind of bubbling on a little bit too much right now, so I'm going to call this quits for right now. But think about it, seriously. You and I want to be known for being a certain way. Some of us want to be known for being a hard ass. Some of us want to be known for being kind. Some of us don't want to be known at all. Make sure people around you know that. Know that. And make sure it's really what you want. Anyways, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. I encourage you, figure out who you are and let the rest of the world know. Have yourself a great day. Bye now.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provide.
Listen, check it. Trying to build a bridge, instead I burned it down. I tried to lift him up, but found me beaten down to the ground. I was too weak, it's my pain, caught up in the flood that was my rain. We both moved on, but my heart remains there. For what I put you through.
Hello, everyone. Hey, this is Joseph Skoda, Joseph Stephen Skoda III, G.I. Joe Skoda, all those wonderful titles. But the bottom line is, look around where I am today. I happen to be in Morro Bay, California, one of my favorite spots whenever I'm on the Central Coast for sure. But I just want to wish everyone a happy Independence Day. But ask a very important question. Do you feel independent or dependent on the world around us, on the nation that most of us live in our government or our jobs, whatever it is? Do you feel you're independent, can make your own decisions about things? Or are we dependent on what others say we have to do? Or how you feel? Sometimes we don't know. Being in the military, 21 years. In fact, I've been retired 15 years. Wow, where did time go? I still look young, don't I? I know it's kind of a joke. But I did 21 years in the Air Force and still involved in several veterans organizations, including my own nonprofit called GI Connections. And our purpose in the veterans organizations is to help our veterans find a family. Because when we leave the military, something most of us are proud of because we fought for something we believed in. There was a vision from our leaders telling us we have to go there, we should go there, and we need to do this for the better of mankind. Not just Americans, but everyone in the world. And sometimes, sadly, that means we have to be the police force in certain areas until stability goes back to those regions. And that goes back to the question, are we independent? Or are we dependent? Are we dependent on helping these other nations, telling us what we can and cannot do? Or are we independent where we can come and go as we please? Do you really know? Do I know? That's the whole idea about GI Connections, for instance. It's helping people find that connection to resources, because many of us leave the military and we're not sure what we believe. We're not sure who we can trust. We're not sure we're even welcome in society. That's not a way to live. Despite who's the president or who's in leadership or who's perceived to be the boss, we still live in a country where decisions are made each and every day. It's up to you and I to help make those decisions that affect our families, the right ones. How do we do that? We get out and vote. We go out there and we respect our flag despite who's in charge. We go and respect our neighbor despite their beliefs. We go and respect our parents who gave up so much to give you and I an opportunity to be stupid if we want to, or to have the pride that we should want to. Anyways, I love the ocean, I love the beach, I love lakes, I love mountains, I love deserts. I love a little bit of everything. But if I never get out to experience it, I'm a Midwestern person. I'm from the great state of Ohio. But if I never got to leave Ohio, how would I know what people think outside Ohio? If I never left the United States, how would I know what people think about the United States or me? If I never traveled to other, not just countries, but spent some time on ships and spent months and years in other places, how can I really understand those cultures? Do you understand? Most of us want love, respect, safety, security, food in our bellies, a reasonable amount of income in our pockets so we can live a certain way. Quite frankly, we all deserve that. So help lift each other up. Despite what goes on around you, have a little bit of pride inside. Don't put up with no BS, don't get me wrong. But have a little pride inside and show that respect for the foundation this country was built on. You have yourself a great Independence Day, but think about it. Are you independent or are you dependent? It's really your choice. Have yourself a great day. Hooah! If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.